Good morning, myself Prahlad Badkar. Today I'll go to the new topic, that is the balancing. Okay, an unbalance of the forces is produced. We can find unbalanced forces. We can find in rotating or reciprocating masses. Okay, we can find the unbalancing forces in the rotating also and the reciprocating masses also. And this is due to non-homogeneous non-homogeneity of the material, means that is a non-homogeneous of the material, that is also called, okay, due to unbalance. Then faulty mounting also we can find. Due to this also we can find the unbalancing forces. Then misalignment of the bearings also, it will also cause the unbalancing forces in the system. Due to unbalance causes the severe stresses, we can find the severe stresses also. And undesirable vibration in the machine. Okay, due to unbalance, these are the main effect on the system. It will create the stresses also, it will create the vibration in the machines also. Okay, due to unbalance. What is the meaning of the balancing? Is balancing is the process of designing or modifying the machinery so that the unbalance is reduced to partially and completely. They said as we cannot, that is the partial meaning is we cannot eliminate the total unbalanced system, that is in 100%. We can partially, we can balance it. They have said one more thing, that is also, that is a completely. We can balance the system completely also. Some words saying this is a partially also. Then there are two types of the unbalancing. First one is a rotating unbalancing. In that case also we can find a further, they made as a classification, that is a static balancing. One more, that is a dynamic balancing. Then one more classification, that is a reciprocating unbalance. Okay, in rotating unbalancing they made as a two classification, that is a static and dynamic. Then what is the meaning of the static balancing? What is the meaning of the static balancing? A system of rotating masses is said to be static balance if the combined mass center of the system lies on the axis of the rotation. In that case, we will find the two parameters. First parameter is, that is the mass center. This is also they are given as a one parameter. That is one more, that is we find the one more word, that is the lies on the axis of the rotation. These are the two important things, that is the mass center, then axis of the rotation. Okay, when both are the in same axis, that is the both are the lies in the same axis, means you have to say that is a static balancing. Okay, then I have taken as a one figure here. Look at this figure. I have taken as this is a shaft. I have taken, it is a rotates with the speed of omega. Then I have taken as a one more rotor. The speed is a omega for this. At the end we will find the bearing. Okay, then I have taken a here sectional view. You find it here. I have taken as this one M1, M2, M3. These are the extra masses we are find in the rotor. This may be M1, M2, M3. These are the extra masses we are finding in the this rotor. Due to this one M1, M2 and M3, it will create a unbalance in the system. If it is unbalancing in the system, once again it affect on the bearing. Okay, that is cause the effect on the bearing, and finally the loss of the bearing will be take place. Okay, in this case M1 is, that is kept at a radius. I have taken as a skeleton diagram here. One more thing, I have taken as a MC. Here this is a counter mass, that is a balancing mass. They will call it as a MB also, balancing mass. Okay, in this case I will show the some possibility. I have taken here a skeleton diagram of that only. Okay, this is a bearing. At the end we will find the bearing. That is I have taken as some inclination because to show the angle properly. Okay, M1 as it is, M2, M3. Then it is a balancing mass is a counter mass or balancing mass. I have taken as MC. Look at this one. I have taken as a position of the M1. It makes a angle of theta 1 at the distance of R1. For M2 also, I have taken as at the distance of R2 and it makes an angle of theta 2. Then third mass, it makes an angle of theta 3 at a distance of R3. That is a counter mass also I have taken as, that is a theta c, I will subscript as a theta c. Then at a distance of RC, with respect to x, I have taken from this as a 0. With respect to this x-axis, I have taken as an angle. Okay, due to unbalancing, this is a, that is a due to this inertia force, this is a rotating with a speed of omega, it will create a centrifugal force, that is a M1 R1, that is a centrifugal force, that is a MR omega square. For specific mass, I have taken as a M1 M2, that is R1 omega square. The speed is the same, that's why I have taken as a omega only. For the M2 also, it will create the centrifugal force. Okay, that is M2 R2 omega square. Third one, that is M3 R3 omega 3. This is also, it will create a centrifugal force. Okay, then I went for this direction. This is the force. How many unbalanced force I have taken here? F equal to sum of all the forces. If the sum of all the forces is equal to 0, if it is a 0, it need not to find the unbalancing force because that is the system is a balance. It is not necessary to go for the sum of the force is equal to 0 means that is the system is a balance. You have to say that is the system is a balance. If it is a not equal to 0, if it is a not equal to 0 means you have to balance the system. In order to balance the system, you have to add the weight, otherwise you have to remove the material. Add the weight or remove the material. Okay, in this case what I made, look at this one. In order to balance this one, I have taken as a counter mass MC. Okay, in order to balance the things, I have taken as a counter mass at a distance of RC at an angle of theta c. Then look at this one, second equation. This is initially, this is unbalanced. It is not equal to, it is not equal to 0. Then how to make it as equal to 0? You have to take it as some counter mass. I have taken as a counter mass as MC RC omega square. Then it is becomes equal to 0. Why it is equal to 0? Because this is a three masses are the unbalanced masses. In order to make a balance, they are taken as a counter mass, that is MC at a distance of RC. Okay, then it becomes a 0. Then look at that one. Omega is a common, the speed is a common. I have eliminated that one. Then this is a M1, M2, M3. I have taken as a summation, that is a MR, summation of MR. That is a counter mass is a single, that's why I have taken as MCRC equal to 0. Look at the figure. This is a skeleton figure. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. And mass M1 you have to resolve in vertical direction and horizontal direction. M2 also you have to resolve in vertical and horizontal direction. M3 also you have to resolve in vertical and horizontal direction. That's why counter mass also you have to resolve into vertical and horizontal. That's why I have taken as a, one is horizontal, I have taken as a product of MR into cos theta. This is also for the counter mass I have taken as a cos theta c. That is a theta c is nothing but an angle subtended by the counter mass. This is also I have taken in the sin theta. counter mass is in this way. Then I have taken as a, this is a right hand side, that is a summation of the masses, right hand side. And next step is squaring and adding. We will get it as a square and add, the minus minus goes away. Then finally this also comes a square. Squaring means this product also comes as a square, this also comes as a square. Then cos square theta, sin square theta comes as a 1. Here also this becomes a, remaining is a MCRC. Then that is the MCRC, the square will be there, it comes as under the square of summation of mr cos theta whole square plus summation of mr sin theta whole square under the root. For the angle, in order to determine the angle, position of the angle theta c, you have to go for the tan theta equal to sin theta divided by cos theta. Sin theta is as usual mr sin theta, then mr cos theta, it comes. These two signs you need it to determine the quadrant of the quadrant, that is the position, that is the which quadrant that comes, the position. That's why you have to keep this minus. Okay, in order to determine the position you need as a minus. Okay, then this is the whatever the solution I went, this is the analytical method. Static balancing we can solve by the two methods. One is a static method, that is a, one is the analytical method, one is a graphical method. In graphical method, look at this one, graphical method. In graphical method is a, we'll get the same result. Look at that one. You have to find the product mr, that is a, you have to find the product, that is the mass of the unbalanced mass. Okay, you have to find the mr, that is the m1 r1 m2 m3 r3, all the unbalanced you have to calculate it. If it is a m1 is that, I'll draw here only m1 r1, this is a m1 r1, it makes the angle of some theta, theta 1. Okay, you got as a some theta 1. Then m2 r2, I have taken here also, this also makes with the some angle, this is m2 r2. You have to draw it with the respective angle. This is a theta 1, this is a theta 2. Third one, m3 r3, it is also makes some angle with respect to horizontal. You have to go for this way. This is m3 r3. Okay, this is unbalanced. Then look at this one. This is a loop, is a not a complete. When it is a loop is a complete, you have to say that is a static balancing. In order to make it as a loop is a static balancing, you have to join this one, resultant. I will take it this one, you join it. This is a nothing but counter mass MCRC. We can measure the angle also, you can get theta c also. We can determine this one. This is graphical method. We can find using a graphical method also, analytical method also. Look at this. I made this is here only. I have taken as a m1 r1, that is it makes a some angle of theta 1. m2 r2, this makes the angle of theta 2. You have to measure with respect to x-axis. This is a 0. You have to start from 0. Here also you have to take from the 0. That is a theta 2. For theta 3 also, m3 r3, theta 3 it comes as. Then this is a counter mass. Whatever the dotted line I have written here also. This is a dotted line. Here also dot only. This MCRC, both are the same. Here you have to use the dotted. Because force also you can represent in the form of vector form. Clear what I am saying? Velocity also you can represent in the form of vector. Force also you can represent as a vector. Acceleration also you can represent in the form of vector. Here also I am representing a force, that is a centrifugal force, in the form of vector. Okay, I complete. This is a graphical method. This is an analytical method. Then what is the meaning of the unbalanced? What is the meaning? I clearly say this. Look at this one. Mass center and axis of rotation. I have taken, this is the first figure. You look at this one. I have taken as this is a blue, that is a mass center. That is a plus sign is, that is the axis of rotation. Both are coaxial. Then this is the first one is a balanced one. Because mass center and axis of rotation both are the mass center. I have taken as this one, mass center. Then Plus sign is this is the axis of rotation. Look at this one, both are in coaxial, then this is the system is balanced. Okay, look at this one, second figure. Here we will find the extra mass, that is a m. Yet the axis of rotation is here now. Plus sign is here, axis of rotation. Due to this eccentricity mass center will not be there here. Mass center will not find at the axis of rotation. Okay, due to this extra mass at the distance of E or R, this extra mass, it is rotating with the omega. This extra mass will create one of the centrifugal force. It tried to move outwards. Due to this one, this force create an unbalanced force. This force, it will create a unbalanced force. Okay, because here mass center may be, look at this figure, due to this extra mass center may be here. Okay, mass center may be here, the axis of rotation both are not coaxial, then it will create a unbalanced force. This is not a balanced one, this is a unbalanced. The second figure shows the unbalanced. Okay, I will show the one simple example. Okay, look at this one. I will take one notebook here. Look at this one. Here I will take it as the axis of rotation. I will take as my thumb. And mass center is exactly, for this notebook, mass center is exactly a center. And axis of rotation I have taken as some thumb. It rotates properly. Look at this one. Consider, if you consider this is axis of rotation is here now. If you consider the axis of rotation here, it will not rotate properly because mass center is not at this point. Mass center of this notebook is at center, axis of rotation is also center, it rotates properly. Okay, that is nothing but a static balancing. One more thing, for the static balancing, that is comes as a single plane. One more thing, that is the main difference, that is we find in the static balance in single plane. Okay, look at this one. This is a rotor, you have to treat it as a one single plane. Okay, that is a rotor also you have to consider as a single plane. Okay, I hope that you got it. Next class I will go to the dynamic balancing. Today I completed a static balancing. Okay, in that case you have to remember the mass center, axis of rotation both should be coaxial. Light should be coaxial. Then only that is you have to say that is a static balancing. Okay, we can find the unbalanced mass using the analytical method also, MCRC. One more method is using a graphical method also. That is when you compare this analytical method, graphical method is a better easy to solve to find the counter mass. Okay, I stop here only.